What is up, guys? Welcome to the Shadowcast. What I want to speak about today is the mark of the beast and what exactly it is. Before we get into the video, we would absolutely appreciate it if you follow us on TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content. Thanks in advance for taking the time to watch this video. There exists many beliefs surrounding the topic of the mark of the beast. Some hold to the notion that the mark is an RFID chip situated in our hands and foreheads for the purpose of controlling the masses. Other theories would include the COVID vaccine and our current credit card processing system. In my opinion, when we take the Bible at face value and allow for Scripture to explain Scripture, it becomes extremely apparent as to what the book of Revelation was talking about. It seems highly likely that the mark of the beast symbolizes both a false and sinful system of ideas which will be adopted by society. Let me explain. The mark is not literal. In Exodus 13, God commanded the Jews to dedicate the firstborn of all their livestock unto him. Likewise, they were commanded to dedicate their firstborn child. But seeing as the Bible is against human sacrifice, the child was always to be replaced by an animal. This was to serve as a remembrance to what the Most High did in Egypt. The interesting thing about this chapter, however, is that verse 16 describes the process of dedication as being a metaphorical mark on the hands and foreheads of the people. This is the exact location where the mark of the beast is going to be situated. In short, the mark spoken of here is not literal, and if Satan, who desires to be like the Most High, likewise implements his own mark, should it not then be symbolic as well? The mark refers to a law. In Deuteronomy 6, the Jews were told to write down the law and to bind it on both their foreheads and arms. Though many Jews have taken this precept literally, which gave rise to what we call phylacteries, the emphasis I want to place is on the nature of what is being binded on their bodies. It is God's law. We now have a connection between the term mark and the law. Thus, we have concluded that the mark does not have to be literal, and that it refers to a certain law. In ancient times, the right arms symbolized action, and the foreheads symbolized the mind. The mark, therefore, can refer to a certain body of rules and doctrines adopted by the people mentally and physically. It is something they believe in and obey. 666 refers to false beliefs and idolatry. Within the book of Genesis, the sixth day of creation is the time in which man was formed. Thus, the number 6 is the number of humankind. But what about 666? In the Greek language, 3 is known as a superlative number. According to the dictionary, superlative means of the highest quality or degree. So for instance, if I call someone kind, this would simply mean that they are nice. However, if I were to say that they are kind, this would imply that their graciousness is beyond measure. They possess the highest measure that kindness can reach. Thus, when the Bible utilizes the number 666, it is speaking to the highest measure of human quality. In other words, it is idolizing man, where man becomes his own god, man believes in man-made religion, and where man makes and obeys his own laws. It is any system of belief which lies contrary to the God of Scripture. So, what are some examples of this? Many within the New Age movement consider themselves as God, which is an exaltation of man. 666. Many people treat God like a buffet, believing in the portions they do like and discard those they don't like. They utilize their feelings to decide what is true and what isn't. 666. All false religions were created by man, although with a strong possibility of demonic influence. 666. In fact, the Greek term for mark is charagma, which sounds very similar to the term character. I'm of the opinion that the Christian faith will be outlawed. Thus, anyone who identifies as a Christian, anyone who doesn't take the mark, won't be able to buy or sell, nor take part in any societal activities, just like the book tells us. And with what is currently happening in the world, such a conclusion doesn't sound too far-fetched.